Okay, staying on this breaking news, we've got to bring in the incoming chair of House Oversight. He's Congressman James Comer. Congressman, always a pleasure to have you on. Okay, more Twitter files breaking just now. That Twitter let the Pentagon use its platform for a vast propaganda network worldwide, hundreds of fake accounts and deepfake images, amplifying tweets and messages in the Mideast. We're tracking more than 200 fake accounts. What do you think of this?
This is more activity from the intelligence community and the Department of Defense that I don't think we have any business conducting. The role of the Department of Defense is to secure our borders, is to make sure that America is safe. And what we have now with the Department of Defense, the CIA, and of course the FBI, is we have a lot of personnel and a lot of tax dollars being invested in misinformation campaigns on social media. They did not have the authority to do this by Congress. This isn't something that I think the government should be involved in. And we expect to hear from all the leadership in the FBI, the CIA, and the Defense Department on exactly what their objectives are and how much tax dollars they've spent.
So they're talking deep fake images that Twitter allowed the Pentagon to put up on its site, and that this was going on with other social media too, Facebook and Telegram. And another tweet that came out that Twitter was doing high fives, cheering each other behind the scenes when the Washington Post did a story on what was going on here, but did not mention Twitter's role in this U.S. military PSYOPs influence operation around the world.
Yeah, we just don't have any business doing this, Liz. If you look at the American military's record in nation building, it's not very good. If you look at the tax dollars that we spent in Afghanistan and Iraq, just to name a few, to try to rebuild nations and to create democracies, it hasn't turned out very well for the American taxpayer. It hasn't turned out well for the American soldier. Now what we see is the Pentagon and the CIA meddling in misinformation campaigns in other countries, just the sort of thing that we've accused Russia and China of doing in the United States. So, this is something that we have no business participating in. This is something that nobody in Congress had any idea was going on. This is another example of the federal bureaucracies under Joe Biden completely out of control.
The thing is, to your point, remember Senator Frank Church in 1975 warned about U.S. intelligence hooking up with technology to manipulate the media, manipulate Americans, manipulate their points of view. So where does the House go on this? Because the FBI just blew up this standard. They have to have an indication of a crime to start an investigation. But now the FBI is caught, quote, pre-assessing tweets to censor them before the 2020 election to help Joe Biden, where there were no charges, no crimes. Also tracking the locations of average Americans, getting Americans suspended on Twitter for even making jokes on Twitter. Dozens of FBI agents on the stick here, paying Twitter nearly $3.5 million for its work to report on users and do censorship. So where does the House go with this?
We're going to have to start at the bottom, and we're going to have to request all the correspondence. God bless Elon Musk for blowing the whistle on this. This is just Twitter. And we've heard hints from Zuckerberg that this was going on at Facebook. Imagine all the other platforms, Google, YouTube, every other social media platform. This is wrong. This is a waste of taxpayer dollars. This is meddling in areas where we shouldn't meddle. And the government has no business censoring speech anywhere in the world. So we've got to get control of these government agencies, and that's going to have to start in a Republican majority in the House of Representatives, because God knows the Senate's not going to do anything about it. Well, and the Democrats are fine with the way things are going.
It's a constitutional problem. It's a violation of the First Amendment.
That's right.
Right? So
absolutely,
that's where this goes. Okay. Congressman Comer, we'll have you back on. It's good to see you. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.